What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kristen back at again with another video and chipped white nail polish, but what's new? So I am using this really gorgeous kit from Sticky Essentials and I don't really remember what it's called, so let's just look. Okay, it says Boss. So it is like an office-y kit and I'm planning for the week of like April 6th, I think, through the 12th or 13th. I don't really know how to add, but it was that week and this is not my move-in week. This was like the first week I had completely in the apartment. But I'm not gonna lie, some of these things that I talked about were kind of made up. I just kind of like filled it in because I haven't been really keeping up since like quarantining and just like moving stuff around. I kind of forget and like my days blend it together. So I did include plans that actually happened this week, but they didn't necessarily happen on the day that I put them down, if that makes sense. It kind of just depended on what my spread needed for that day. So that's that. I really liked this kit. It's my first time using a Sticky Essentials kit, and I really love this format. I think this is her mini kit. Yes, so I picked up like 3 or 4 kits from her like the other week and it got to me really, really quickly. So that was awesome. And I got mostly just like anytime home office-y kits just because we are working from home, as most of you guys are. And if you are not and you're essential, thank you so much for doing what you're doing. But I am not an essential employee technically, so I am actually just working from home, and my school decided to do online learning, so we are doing the e-learning process, and I had to like move everything into my office first. So I moved in on April the 3rd, which I am going to record that plan with me. I actually just put down the base, but then my camera battery had to charge, so that's that. But yeah, I'm going to work on that spread. I'm using a gorgeous kit for that one too, but this one was just really exciting because I had already gotten this kit in the mail and I just wanted to put down a spread so I can get caught back up so I'm not too far behind. But yeah, so first time using Sticky Essentials kit, I did buy the glitter header add-on, and I genuinely feel like with the glitter header add-on, you have the perfect amount of boxes in this kit. So I would definitely recommend it. She does have 2 different paper type options. She had glossy and premium matte. Y'all know me, I'm not a premium matte girl, so I did pick up the glossy. I don't remember if it was extra or if it wasn't. I'm sure it was. Like most times when you switch paper types, it's like a price difference, but I just personally prefer glossy paper. I don't like how premium matte feels when I drag my pen across it. It feels like I'm literally taking my pen through the mud, and that's just not a good time for me when I'm planning. So I just went with fucking glossy. That's pretty much that, and I don't feel the need to explain that any further. So, I really do hope that this quarantine has been treating everybody as well as possible. I know it's been like kind of weird for me because, I mean, my boyfriend and I, this is our first time living together, and like, I don't know, now we get to see each other 24/7, which is kind of like an odd situation to be in because, I mean, we've been dating for a little over 4 years, but I still don't think that I've ever spent this much time with him, even if you count all of our dates and our vacations together and then you condense them down to every single second. Like, I don't think that I've ever spent so much concentrated time with him before, but luckily we haven't fought yet. We almost got into a little bit of a tussle when we hung up all of the paintings in the apartment, but we just walked away from it and it was a good time. So we haven't fought. It's been a week, but it's a strong week and I'm very confident in this week. So that's that. Yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about while I set this base down, but I didn't feel like speeding it up because after I sped everything else up, it was already only 25 minutes and I was like, ugh. If I do anything less than that, that's just like not on brand. So just I kind of had to stick with what I knew. So left it kind of as is, but also I'm slow as fuck. Let's see, quarantine topics. I don't know what to cook for dinner half the time, and that's like a really sad thing. I feel like I think I've cooked like 2 or 3 things. Well, if you count today, I've cooked 3 things in the apartment total for the week that we've been here. Everything else, we've just been very fortunate, and my mom has been cooking up a lot. And my mom will be like, hey, like, come by, pick up this, and then you can have it, like, take it to go or whatever. So I've been doing that. Like, my mom made these like Asian buns. I don't know how to describe them, but she made like these buns, and they were like super, super good. And she ended up telling us, she was like, yeah, come by, pick up a tray. And I was thinking like, oh, cool, we'll have enough for lunch and maybe have one or two to have breakfast in the morning. No, this woman gave me 12 buns to take home, and they are massive, and they're like stuffed with meat. So I really only eat like one, maybe two for a meal, and I'm so full. And I think Paco only eats like 2 or 3 maybe. But she gave us 12, and it lasted us so long. So we were eating those, and I just haven't had to actually sit down and be like, okay, I have to cook something for dinner. So I haven't had to like sit there and think about anything. I just bought like really basic things, and then I bought a couple things to challenge myself, like to, be crazy with my cooking, but they're already starting to rot in my fridge. So that's a good time. Also, I didn't put this in my week, but I was kind of disappointed by it. Yes, that was a correct sentence. Yesterday. So here's the tea. I organized my pantry and it looks amazing. Didn't film it because I was getting so frustrated with the whole process of it. And like, I just didn't want to, I don't know, like, I feel like when you have a camera in front of you, no matter what you're doing, it just puts like a weird sense of pressure, and I feel like I'm not getting stuff done, like I'm not being productive when I'm on camera. But when I turn the camera off and I'm literally doing the exact same process, I'm like, I am fucking killing it. I don't know what it is, but it's like, it happens to me with everything that I film. If I'm doing a vlog for the day, or if I've tried to do a day in the life of, or if I'm doing a plan with me, I don't know what it is. Like, I turn the camera on and then it just ruins my productivity for whatever task that I'm trying to do. So pretty much the only footage that I got of me doing my pantry was like me like opening my cabinet, and then just getting really frustrated when I found out the baskets that I bought don't fit side by side in my dope ass cabinet. Like, it was just really annoying. And like, my pantry is not a real pantry. It's just like deep cabinets that we have, and they're like, yep, that's your pantry. And that was honestly one of the only things in the entire apartment that I was like, ugh, because my mom is such a bomb cook. I was just used to having a full ass pantry all the time. Like, growing up, I've always had a walk-in pantry because I'm a spoiled bitch, the huge. So that was like the downside for sure. But every unit in the entire complex has the same type of pantry. And I was like, oh, we can get over it. Like, it's fine. We're not going to need half the stuff my mom has anyways, because I'm only cooking for us, and I'm not going to cook that well. So, like, how much cabinet space do I really need for macaroni and cheese? So I figured we'd make it work, and I did. And I'm very proud of the way that the pantry looks. And it's not like I'm bugging about the pantry, but it's definitely a little complicated to fit everything in there and use all space functionally, because the cabinets are so deep, but they're just like extremely deep. And I feel like when you put stuff in the very back, like, I'm just going to forget that they're there. So I thought about getting those like step shelf things that like display all your canned goods and shit in the back on a different tier. Thought about doing that, but I don't know. I think I have to play around with it, and then I have to also be motivated to actually cook things that we already have in the apartment and not think about Chick-fil-A as much. But I will say that we've only gone out to eat maybe a few times. So that's been really great. And I mean, unless you count the fact that we go pick up food from my mom's house, but I'm not going to say no to free cooking from my mother. She's such a good cook. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using the work labels from the kit, and I'm just putting those all throughout to the spread because I did work, and I like to track the hours that I work when I'm doing e-learning, just because, I don't know, like, I have this gut feeling that my school is going to try and hoe me somehow, and I'm really just not going to stand for that. So I just want to have like a physical log of all of my hours. So I put those at the very top. Also, in this spread, I don't go in and fill everything in for you guys because some of the stuff is kind of like, I don't want on the internet. Not that any of it was bad, but just like, I don't know, I felt kind of like I needed a little bit more privacy this week. I don't know what it was. I just felt it in my soul. So I'm using my normal habit trackers that I never end up looking at anyways. I honestly fill out the sidebar just to fill up the space so it's not empty, but I don't actually use it. Like, it's not functional for me anymore. And maybe I should get back into that because sometimes the sidebars look cute as fuck. So it's like, I should get back on that shit. Anyways, use those to No Soda and social media. Those are custom Customs from Sticky Sloth Designs. I love her. I haven't made a huge order in a while, honestly, and I feel bad because I love Allie. She's great. I need to go put an order in and support my queen during this time. So Allie, I am on the way, maybe next week, because I just had to pay rent. So that was sucky. But anyways, I also put down an OMG script over that half box. I like to do that in the sidebar now just to fill up a little bit of extra space, but when you put a half box there, you can kind of just put a highlight of the week. I think I got this idea from J. Crew, I think is the first person I saw doing it, but I could be wrong. I know for sure J. Crew did it, but I don't know if she was the first person that I saw do it. But either way, that's where I got my inspiration from. Now I'm taking an extremely long time to go through my sticker binder because the desk that I now film on is about 3 feet is dramatic, maybe 1.5 feet shorter and a foot, wait, no, I did that backwards. It's a foot, okay. Like off the sides, I lost about 1.5 feet of desk space, and then depth wise, I lost about 1 foot of desk space. So I don't know what the correct terminology is for that dimension, but I've lost quite a bit of surface area on my desk, which is kind of sad because when I was at my parents' house, I used my brother's old bedroom because he had already moved out, but I used his bedroom to hold all of my filming stuff outside of my bedroom. So it was just really nice because I had all this huge space because my brother's room was ginormous because it was empty. But yeah, I actually had 2 desks. I had his desk, which was massive, and it held all of my planning stuff, like my washi tape drawers, and all of my foil binders sat next to me on my Rascog, and I just had a lot of space. And then with my camera set up and my studio lights, it was just great because I had all this extra space. I could hold my binder on my table as I planned and filmed. But now I can't do that because my desk is a lot smaller. So, because I didn't explain that. I have 2 desks, my brother's desk, which was the big one that I did all my planning stuff on, and then my desk, which I used in his office as well, but I used it for my online learning because I have to do online classes like live streaming. So I had my desk set up for school and then his desk set up for planning. But now I only have my desk that I have to use for both, and I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So I think I might have to get a different desk, but I really don't want to because my desk is so cute and I love how it looks. So I'm kind of in the cross between that. Going back to my spread, I did something kind of cute here. I think my biggest thing with Letters to Apollo scripts is that they're so fucking cute, but they always go over my character stickers. So I'm trying out this new thing. I did it this week for the first time, where if it's possible to stack them on top of each other, I just cut them and stack it. So I used her Coffee Monday script, which is like one of my all-time favorite scripts from her because it's so versatile, so gorgeous with the lettering. And normally it goes completely horizontal, but I don't know if you guys saw, I cut it in half. And since it's on clear paper, it's so not noticeable. And then I just stacked them on top of one another and filled up that kind of space, like a little bit of layering, and then put my character sticker down. And I think this looks amazing. Like, thank God I'm slow as fuck grabbing stickers to go from one plan to the next because I get all this time to explain what the fuck I just did. And I'm thankful for my slow ass yes bitch. Okay. That was really cute, and I used a Once More with Love munchkin to mark in that coffee day. I think that was from Coffee 2.0. I don't fucking remember, though. And then I used a girl from the Whimsical Cat on a desk to mark in that I had fucking class that day. Class sucks online. It's so hard to teach reading online. I don't know how to do it. It's really hard because you can't track your kids' progress and you can't hear them fucking read, so you don't know if they're reading fluently, and it's so hard. I'm trying to like sing out my frustration, but it's very difficult. I'm just like, ugh! I don't know. The online learning is cool, but it's definitely frustrating. Like, there's a lot of things that we're just not ready for that we didn't think through because we didn't have the time, but I'm trying my best to make it work, and I'm trying not to let my kids know like how fucking frustrating it is. But they're doing great. It's just really hard to track progress and to be a teacher because right now I feel like I'm just like a fucking vending machine, just dropping everything they need, just dropping the content, and I don't fucking know like how they're taking it. So that wasn't the best analogy, but I'm hungry and I want snacks, and so that's why vending machine came out of my mouth instead of something that actually made sense. So there's that. Also used a full foil hexagon from Saucy Stickers Co. Duh, and I used a notebook doodle from Paper Crown Prints to mark in that I just went through their journal entries that they do online now, and just make sure that they were actually doing the work, which is another downside to online learning, but what are you going to do? And then I used a burger doodle from Paper and Milk to mark in that I made burgers for dinner. That was the first thing I made in the apartment, and I made a mess in the kitchen. Still haven't cleaned it up, but it's fine. Yeah, I made a huge mess in the kitchen. It took like 12 years to make the burgers, I felt like, because they were splattering oil everywhere, and I don't have a lid yet for all my pots and pans, and it was just messy and like not a good time. But the burgers fucking slapped. Turns out I know exactly how to make a good burger, which is good because my mom taught me that when I was like 4. So anyways, I'm behind on a day. Tuesday, not really important. Used a doodle or a foiled icon from Sadie Stickers. Used a girl from Whimsical Cat. So the girl was like class, icon was fucking I cleaned. And then I marked in hot coffee with a Kinsey foiled script. That is from Kinsey's Creations. It's gorgeous. Highly recommend. Got a code in that bio. Definitely check out the description for all my codes that I link for you guys down below. Also, I binge watch a lot of TV. Started watching Quantico. That's so fucking good. I'm really into it. I love police shows. Like, I don't know what it is. I feel like in a past life I was a police officer, because I swear to God, every time we watch those shows and there's like a mystery, I'm like, ooh, that bitch did it. And they're like, you don't even know what the crime was. I'm like, yeah, but I know it was that bitch. And then turns out 45 minutes later, I'm like, it is that bitch. So I just kind of like killed it. I don't know. Oh, by the way, this video, as do all my videos, contain a bit of colorful language. So if that's not your cup of tea, I highly recommend that you mute my ass. Should have said that like, I don't know, 16 minutes ago, but here we are. On to Wednesday. I marked in that I didn't leave the house with this cute ass Fox and Pip girl. Ugh, I love that sticker. And then I didn't leave the house script from Saucy Sticker Co., which has aged so well. I used to use those whenever I just had like a lazy fucking day, and now it's just like I dead ass didn't leave the house because quarantine, so it just aged really well. Also used a full foiled hexagon and a test doodle from the Coffee Monsters code to mark in that I had to prep a test that my kids were going to have later in the week. And then I used a podcast icon from Bubba Bear Studios and a podcast script from Kinsey's Creations to mark in that I listened to a podcast, but I'm not going to lie, that's a fucking lie. So that was a made-up plan. And then I used a FaceTime doodle from the Whimsical Cat to mark in that I FaceTimed my mom. I love her. I literally miss that bitch so much. Like, what the fuck? I miss her all the time. I don't know why I moved out, Mom. I miss you if you're listening to this. My mom's coworkers, y'all treat her nice. Y'all tell her I love her. She makes so much good food. I miss her. Why did I leave? This is not the sense of independence that I wanted, but here I am. I'm doing fine though. I'm doing fine. I'm having a good time. My dog is so cute. We cuddle all the time. It's good. It's good. I'm just really hungry. I don't know. My mom cooked for me all the time, and now I'm just really hungry. I eat goldfish. Goldfish is now a meal for me. This is not the life I signed up for. I'm going to go back to my plans because I sound like a sorry bitch. So on to Thursday, I used a full foiled hexagon and a charging doodle from the Bookish Plans. Haven't used anything from her shop in like 7 years, but I found those and I was like, ooh, cute. So I used that to mark in that I had to charge all my devices, which now include AirPods, y'all. I have AirPods. You know why? Because I'm rich and I'm an independent woman. No, but when I wear my AirPods to class, I feel so rich. I'm like, hey guys, I'm just wearing my AirPods so I can hear you really clear. Can you hear me on my AirPods? They're like, oh my gosh, Miss F, you have AirPods? I'm like, yeah, I have AirPods. I've had them for 3 days. Like, I've had them. It's a good time. I love my AirPods. I also use this girl from the Toffee Bananas. I forget her real name now. And then a script from Randy Plants. I said, yes, a style, because I feel kind of bad for this, but I did buy some cash envelopes that feel very inspired by Type A for Alexa, but I've tried to get Type A for Alexa ones for like 4 months now, and I've never been able to get them because they sell out so fast, and honestly, my budget is crying. So I went and I bought these knockoff ones during the TPC sale, and I'm so sorry, Alexa, that I did that because normally I don't condone this, but I've tried so hard and I can't do it. I feel like that Linkin Park song where it's like, I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it does matter. is the thing, and I'm so sorry, Alexa. Don't hate me. Eventually, I will purchase from your shop, and I know you're just really popular right now, and I just gotta wait it out. But until then, that's all I got. I'm sorry. And then I watched Frozen 2. Didn't really like it. I honestly fell asleep 3 times. Didn't finish it, and I got to the part where she found out that the sculpture thing is actually her parents, and like the tribal girl and then the prince were actually her parents, and the tribal girl saved her dad, and she's like, ooh, and then I think there was like a lizard that creates fire. He's a fire lizard. I don't really know. It was kind of dumb to me, and I'm sorry. I don't like cartoons, and I definitely don't like musicals. So every time I watch a Disney movie with songs, I end up always skipping through the songs because I just feel like they're pointless. So I'm sorry. I really gave it my best go. I didn't give it my best go, but I super didn't like it. I don't know what to do about it, and I'm sorry. And then I also used a paw print foiled icon from Sadie Stickers to mark in that I cuddled with my dog, and he is so cute. And then I used a movie marquee at the bottom of the day that you can't fucking see anymore because I'm going so slow. But at the bottom of the day, I used a movie marquee to mark in that I watched Avengers Endgame, and I cried. I completely knew what was going to happen. Like, spoiler alert, skip 10 seconds if you don't want to hear this. But I knew that Iron Man was going to die, but I still fucking cried. Like, I was sitting there sobbing, and I was like taking pictures of myself crying because my students told me, you're going to cry, you're going to cry. And so I was going to take a picture of myself crying and be like, I'm crying. And then my boyfriend was watching me take pictures of myself while I was crying, and he was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. Why did Tony have to die? Like, it was sad. Like, I already knew it was going to happen, but I was still sobbing like a child. And honestly, ruined the rest of my night for me. I was very sad for the rest of the night, but what are you going to do, right? And then on Friday, I used a no school script from Letters to Apollo that's on her school sampler to mark in that we had the day off, because we did. We have Friday and Monday off, which was amazing. And then I used this Munchkin family to mark in that I went over to my mom's house, and she cooked us more of those buns, which was just fucking lit. So we had like a little family dinner, which was amazing. And then we had game night, which really was just us playing Yahtzee and dominoes. Learned how to play dominoes for the first time. So much fun, which leads me to that full fold hexagon and an Amazon doodle, because I ordered dominoes off of Amazon because I was really obsessed. I had a really good time, so I had to use that. All right, going into Saturday, I slept in, so I used a sleep in doodle and layered that over a foiled paint stroke from Chic Streak Sticker Boutique. The sleep in doodle is from the Coffee Monsters Co. I slept in, pretty much that's all I got for you. And then I used a binge watching Coffee Monsters Co. What are they called? Emoji, yeah. Use that in the Netflix binge script from Kinsey's Creations to mark him that I was watching Quantico, and it was so good. I love that show. I haven't finished season 1 yet, but it's fucking lit. I know Alex was innocent, and anyone that didn't believe her was fake. Fake news, fake cop. You don't belong in the FBI, aka Agent Vasquez. That's all I have to say. Moving on, I don't really remember why I put that paw print there. Honestly, it probably just filled the space up. At the bottom of the day, I used 2 half boxes. One was to mark in that my mom made us those. Ooh, wait. What did I mark? Oh, I lied. Friday, we didn't have the buns. Saturday, we had the buns. My mom made us those buns, and I used that girl from Shire to mark that in. That's Toffee Banana's real name. That's what I meant to say earlier. And then I used this, like, drunky person with a game night script again, because we went over to Paco's parents' house and they had a game night, and it was really fun. I got wine tipsy and we won all the games. We played code names, and then we played heads up, and my team won and Paco's team lost. And that's what's important, because his team sucked, but my team was great because I'm competitive as fuck. All right, and then you couldn't see what happened because my camera cut out, and I also didn't check the viewfinder, but I used a paper and milk, like Sleeping Maru, to mark in that I slept in again this morning on Sunday. And then I used 3. Hey, I'm filming. Get out of here, you weirdo. Oh my God, she just scared the shit out of me. Do you see what I have to deal with? I'm going to have high blood pressure by the end of my lease. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I used 3 TV doodles to mark in, TV little things to mark in that I was watching Quantico. And then I also tried watching fucking, I don't even remember what they're called. The one that's like The one that's like a social media love experiment on Netflix. Tried watching that. It was a dumb show, so I stopped watching that. And then I went back to Quantico. I also used this Bubba Bear Doodles film slate to mark in that I was filming with the Film Plan With Me script from Letters to Apollo. And yes, that is on matte paper because that is an OG sheet that I haven't used in forever because I just found it. And then I used this foiled eggs and bacon sticker to mark in that I made bacon, egg, and cheese stuffed croissants for Easter breakfast this morning for my mans, and I forgot to mark it at the top of the day, so I put it right there. And then at the bottom of the day, I use a Fox and Pip girl that's holding a laundry basket and a laundry script from Letters to Apollo to mark in that I'm doing laundry that I still haven't put in the dryer. So that's my life. That's my plan with me. My first week in the apartment, as you can see, was very non-productive. I didn't do shit this week, but I still had a great time. Here's a little wiggle for you. Bye.